like to think of it, or just the world is, everything's connected. So when you're talking about trees being blown off, you just got to think of the human head almost being, you know what I mean?
And our history and literature is filled with beheadings. Just absolutely filled with beheadings.
Yeah.
You can talk about John the Baptist, but you go on up through history, through the different revolutions, the French Revolution and the guillotine and the English Revolution and monarchs that lost their heads and Alice in Wonderland and, the Queen of Hearts. There's this constant reference. And as far as I'm concerned, the history we've been taught is fabricated, because I'm seeing a very advanced, harmonious, beautiful civilization. And that's not where we were. That's where they got us to, and filled our heads with this so that we would believe that we're the most evolved that we've ever been, and we're just not. But pockets of it has remained, especially in the East, with traditions, spiritual traditions, and reconnecting with our higher selves and things like that. And you and I both have an interest in that, though I see you as being more advanced in that regard than I am. But I know about it intellectually. You seem to be able to put it into practice in a way that I haven't been able to. But, just in terms of why we're actually here, are we here to work our whole lives and then we die, or are we here for a spiritual purpose? And I absolutely believe that we were here for a spiritual purpose, and that the original civilization knew what that purpose was. They weren't confused about who they were, or the shape of the earth, or where we were in the universe, or our connection to all life. They knew all of that.
Yeah.
And we've just had this the system superimposed on us, so we would be too tired or too distracted.
You know how you say I'm more advanced? I don't believe that, and I'd never speak that way. For me, what it is what you're speaking of now. It's an uncovering of what we already are. And for me, all that it was, I had a wipeout of like a total, if they call it ego death or whatever. So because of the wipeout, it was quite clear. But for a lot of people, the veil pulls back at a normal rate, and we're all the same. We're all this beautiful, we're all absolutely pure, which we've been corrupted through, and we've lost ourselves and we forget ourselves. And as you say, they've lied to us. We don't know anything. But everyone is special. Everyone watching this is special. I feel like we're all sacred, special. Some darker than others, with their light's been darkened. There's no, but each light is a light,
Spiritual practice is difficult. It's what do you say, black road or the red road? One road's wide and one road's narrow, and it does take a lot of discipline to really get into connecting with our higher abilities.
You've got to really want it as well, to a degree.